Alright, chapter 11 is over point of view. So we're going to start off with the narration and point of view. Point of view is by which is the story is told. Okay, and there's the first point of view, first person narrative, and it's a character in a story that identifies using the pronouns I and we. And then there's third person narrative. That means the character is referred by name or the pronouns he, she, or they. And then we got the second narrative, which addressed the reader directly. Okay, and so let's get into more of a first person narrative. The first person is limited and cannot be entirely objective. It has its own biased opinion. So this point of view borders on unreliable narrative, one who cannot be trusted to present undistorted accounts of events. Okay? And a naive narrator is the type of unreliable narrator who remains unaware of fully complexity of the events of the story being told. So it's saying this narrative is not really reliable, say has its own biased opinion, the person's crazy, or it doesn't want to reveal everything. And then we got to the third person narrative, which is non-participant. And there are three basic third person narrative: omniscient narrative, which is all-knowing, limited omniscient narrative, and objective point of view narrative. The omniscient, I don't know if I'm saying even that word right, narrative are not always objective, like the editorial omniscient, which interacts with their own commentary by the character or events. On the other hand, the imperial omniscient remains neutral, but in most stories will have a limited omniscient narrative, which describes the insight of one character only. Interior monologue is a stream of consciousness, which the thoughts flow by freely, just spouting out all their thoughts at once. And lastly, objective point of view relies only on what the character sees and hears. The second person narrative is the least common used point of view, but it makes the reader feel like a participant in the story and close to the protagonist. So that's what we mainly go over: first person, third person, and second person narrative in this story. An example of third person can be shown by reading Brownies. A first person, not third person, which shows you a first person narrative in the story Brownies. Anyway, that is it for chapter 11 on point of views. I hope y'all like it.